description.
Alright, hey, this is Hans the Ramen Raider coming at you with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodle. And this is from Paik Cook. This is Paik Ramen. Okay? This is, I think it's a hard B or a soft P, so it's Paik. I don't know. But the fella on here is, his name is Paik Jong-won. And he's like a TV cooking show guy who's popular in South Korea. And yeah, I found this at H Mart. And it wasn't too expensive. I generally don't buy multi-packs, but I really wanted to try this. And it was either this one or the jajang. And I don't know, I'm just not super sold on jajang. I've had a couple varieties I really like, but you never know. If this is really, really good, I might go for that too. But God, the last jajang I had was one of those super big ones. Smells like flake. So you're supposed to add it to the water and bring it to a boil. Then you, what is it, 3 more minutes? And, yeah. Optional, add egg, green onions, kimchi, or meat. And I'm tempted to use the kimchi I've got, but I don't know. I'm like saving, I've got this canned tiger jumps over the, jumps on the roof stuff, and it's so good. It's like, I kind of want to hang on to that for a special occasion. So we'll see. But yeah, the water was already pretty warm, so I'm not going to go crazy on that. But once it comes to a boil, oh boy, you'll get to see it cook. Think of that. So it is a school day, and I made a deal with the children saying, if you're going to be good, let me cook. So I already took them out in the snow. So I think it'll be good. But yeah, we got maybe 1.5 inches of snow. Not a huge amount, but enough. And it really wouldn't shock me if tomorrow they don't have school either, because this stuff is melting. I think it's supposed to get into the mid-20s tonight. So that'll just turn into an ice rink, and they'll just be like, no. They might try to pull the 2-hour late start for that, but I don't know. The roads were pretty clear. We went down to the new condos or whatever that they got downtown. It's really pretty close. And the streets were fine. But all it's got to do is get real cold and turn all the runoff of the melting snow into all black ice, which really wouldn't shock me. But yeah, it was a good outing. And now the sun's coming out, which means it'll warm up a little bit. No, probably not. It'll just get clear and it'll get colder. So we'll see. So this is kind of standard. You've got your little flake, your vegetable flakes, and then you've got this, your red dust. So that'll be the next stuff. Let me gather my goods. There's a white one today. Oh, I'll use this one. This was a company that sent, you could order boxes of, or not boxes, but fresh ramen to your door, and I think they're now completely defunct due to the fact that that was really a thing during the pandemic. It's like, I want fresh ramen, but nobody's open. So, yeah, that's the deal. But But yeah. But I got out, I walked a bit. It wasn't bad. It's hard though. It's like, is this gonna be icy or not? I can't tell. So you tense up. It's like, Alright, so our water is at a boil. Now you get to have the real chewing satisfaction of watching the noodles cook in the boiling water. You like that? You've told me time and time again how much you enjoy that. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, now it's angry. 한국 라면 맛있어요. There's our noodle block. Hefty noodle block. Yeah, it's called Paik Cook. I don't know if this is like done by another company for this brand, if it's like an OEM, but I don't know. So tempted to use that kimchi, but I only have 1 tin of it left. And it's so freaking good. I need like some extra special variety that requires kimchi. I don't even see the... I'll show you. Well, it's around here somewhere, folks. Oh, there it is. Yeah. This stuff. Set it up right? Yeah. This stuff is where it's at. It's super good. It just pops off, and then you got kimchi. It would probably work best if I had like multiple reviews that I had to do that were Korean that had kimchi in them. I think that would work well, or that would lend themselves well to kimchi. You're getting a bit of a mushroomy scent. I'm thinking some cheese may be a requirement for this one. There was an article that came out in the New York Times about Korean food and blah, 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 blah. And somebody was talking about putting this, like processed cheese, in spicy Korean ramen. And all of a sudden, some people just like flipped out. They're like, no, you can't do that, and blah, 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 and you're doing this, and this is a time-honored tradition, and you can't put that in there. And then all of a sudden, all these South Koreans show up. And they're like, no, this is a thing. It's very popular in South Korea, so don't all of a sudden try to pull that crap. I'm not a big fan of the whole, quick, something is happening, we don't understand everything about it, but it must be offensive to those people. And quickly the people come to quote unquote the aid of the people of a certain ethnicity. It's sometimes it's totally logical, and sometimes it just kind of makes people look stupid. All right, so let's not look stupid and give this a try. This is the perfect weather for spicy ramen. All right. Here's what we have here. Has a little bit of oiliness, it looks like. Here's our broth. Usually I go with the noodle first, but I'm really curious about this broth. So what I'm looking for is a spiciness, and I'm also looking for a savoriness. I don't like how a lot of these varieties have a bitter aftertaste. Spot on. Wow. Ooh. It's got a bit of a bite to it too. All right. I just got a message from my wife. I heard it in my Bluetooth device. Well, that's got a decent. I like it. I like it. It's got all the hallmarks you're looking for. It doesn't have that bitterness that I dislike, and it's nice eat. The noodle has a good chew. It's not as thick as I'm used to ramen being, but it's definitely got the chew of a reasonably good ramen. So I'm happy with that. So let's add this. Oh, and we have scads of seaweed. Usually it's just spring onion, but we've got a lot of seaweed going on here. Interesting. Okay. The first thing I want to do, because it's boiling hot and I want this to kind of get all melty in here, is the cool, that worked that well, is the cheese. I'm just gonna drop it right there. I've got an egg. I only have 3 eggs left, and I keep looking for like my good eggs, and the store does not seem to have any of the good eggs. If you're wondering what I mean by the good eggs, I like the ones like this. This has a bluish tinge to it. They have this one, and it's kind of like a mix of the bluish ones and the red ones. And the yolks in these are just absolutely spectacular. Spectacular, lovely yolk, folks. And don't freak out, because it's going to be okay. But some of you may freak out. Save your comments. I know why you're freaking out, and it's okay. Like, where are we going to freak out, Ramen Raider? You'll see. Yes, that's why. I hear you out there, those who know what I'm going to do. Come on. Yep. You stay put. That cheese is not doing what I really hoped it would. I think what I'm going to try doing for the cheese is help it along a little. Just kind of tease it out there with the heat. Tease it with the heat! Kind of worked. Scallion. Gosh. I think a little bit of, I don't really have a chili crisp that I think is particularly logical for this, but I do have a little crushed red pepper. I think that will be good. And voila! Look at that. Rotato. Do thine bidding. Well, thank you very much for watching. The next one you're going to see is this. This is from a Nakama Noodles box. You can go to Meow, spelled M-I-A-U, boxjapan.com, and use the coupon code TheRamenRaider for a discount. They just told me that the discount went from 10% to 15%, so that's cool. This is a, Sapporo, isn't this Sapporo Ichiban? Yeah, this is a Sapporo Ichiban oxtail. So it's a beef ramen. It's a beef shio. Interesting. So that'll be on the next episode of It's Noodle Recipe Time. This has been the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of the noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.